Welcome to another video on in this playlist in the Under the Canopy YouTube channel. In this video, we'll be going through measurement of angles. This I don't know if you can see my cursor. This topic 1.3 measurement of angles. In the previous topic, we spoke about radians and degrees. So converting between radians and degrees. And I also mentioned that in real life you would use degrees more than radians. Before we dive into this the new topic, measurement of angles, there's a few things I'd like to make note of. Which are, if you'd like to if you'd like to be ahead in this textbook is Mechanical Engineering Principles by John Bird and Carl Ross. You can always if you'd like to understand what table of content we are following, you can always search for the table of content of the textbook, or for the textbook online on Google. I believe there's some there should be free downloads. People download this store these things online for free, and you can download them because these textbooks are very expensive. And of course, why wouldn't they be? They have contain very valuable information. So if you can check for the table of contents if you don't have enough money to buy the textbook, and then you can watch videos on YouTube and Google to enhance your knowledge on the topics in the table of contents. Like I mentioned, we're in revisionary mathematics, as you can see here. So this is just like the primary stage that you would want to know, you'd want to have and understand before you can go on to the big things that the textbook will be discussing, and you can see them here. So this is general mathematics. Then you have the part 2, which is statics and strength of materials, and you have dynamics. You have like core mechanical engineering subjects and topics, and so we are still grazing the surface. And so yeah, that's just a by the way information. I'll also be dropping the links to other channels I've watched to comprehend and better and to be able to provide better understanding of the topic in these videos. So yes, please feel free to whet your appetite. I don't know if that's anyways. Yeah, let's get into it. So as you can see, these things are worthy of note taking, so you might want to write this down. So the first bullet point says angles are measured starting from the horizontal x-axis in an anti-clockwise direction. And the second point says an angle can also be measured in a clockwise direction, but it would have a negative sign before it. Let us take the first bullet point and expand on that. Excuse me. So you can see, remember from graph drawings and stuff like that, we have the y-axis, and then we have the x-axis. Let's not forget that. So the y-axis has its positive region. This is the positive region. From 0 upwards is the positive region. From 0 downwards is negative region. I assume we all remember this from secondary school mathematics. And on the x-axis, we have from 0, the center, to the right, we have the positive region, and from 0 to the left, we have the negative region. This is 1 unit measurement. Just take this the graph as 1 unit measure. What I mean by that is from point 0 to positive 1 is 1 unit. Your unit can be anything. It can be, I don't know, it can be yards, it can be millimeters, centimeters, feet, anything, just 1 unit. So this is in 1 unit measurement. It's not to scale. So so what it means by the angles are measured starting from horizontal x-axis is you measure an angle from this way, starting from the horizontal x-axis, which is the positive x-axis, from this way up anti-clockwise. So we know that clock goes tick 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 tick, but anti-clockwise would be opposite direction of how the clock goes. So angles are measured going this way, going around like that. So say you want to measure an angle 30. This is not drawn to scale. So you want to measure, let's say this angle 30, you measure it from the x-axis, positive x-axis, going this way, and this is then you can say angle 30. But obviously it's not to scale, so I'm just giving you a rough idea of what this means. So if you want to draw from angle, if you want to draw angle 120 or whatever, you know, you, you could do something like this, call it 120 degrees. So yeah, angles are measured starting from the positive x-axis direction anti-clockwise. And it also says angle can also be measured. The second point says angles can also be measured clockwise direction, but it will have a negative sign before it. So that means the angle can also be measured the way clock goes, tick 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 tick. So that means we can measure. Similarly, we can see, just as we can go this way to measure at 30 degrees, we can also go this way to measure 30 degrees, or this way, sorry, let me draw an angle, or this way to measure 30 degrees. But know that it won't be positive 30 like before, it will be negative 30 degrees because you're measuring it anti-clockwise, clockwise direction. That's something that is good to keep in mind. So if you're measuring it, so okay, now let's remember that in a circle we have 360 degrees. So if we're measuring anti-clockwise, or sorry, if we're measuring clockwise direction, let's say this angle is 30 as measured before. Let's say we're measuring at clockwise direction, and this one is 30 degrees, minus 30 degrees. So what would be the rest? What would be these ones? What would they be? Sorry, let me use a different color. What would, if this one is 30 degrees, what would this side be? Obviously it will be minus 30 degrees plus 360 to get the rest of the circle, the rest of the we are measuring angles from the circle. To get the rest of the angle, it will be minus 30 plus 360 degrees, because 360 degrees, we have 360 degrees in a circle, and that would give us positive 330. Positive, so this side will be positive 330 degrees. This is just a, I'm just giving, this is just by the way. So it's a positive 330 degrees, and if this one is, let's say this one is this was let's say this was what's it called, sorry, 1 minute. Let's say this was 30 degrees. The rest of the side would obviously be 30 degrees plus 30 degrees minus 360 it would be 330 degrees. So the rest of the side will be 330 degrees. I hope this makes sense how I'm going about it. But when you're calculating anti-clockwise, sorry, when you're calculating clockwise, know that your angles will have a negative sign, and when you're calculating clockwise, your angle will have a positive sign. And remember that when you are, in order to find the angle of the other side that you are not aware of, you have to minus 360 degrees from it, or if your angle is negative, you plus 360 degrees to get the value of the other side. I hope that makes sense. So now that we've covered that, let us move on. Excuse me. The textbook also makes notes that sine and cosine always lie between -1 and +1. In the second bullet point, tangents can be greater than 1 and lesser than 1. Let us make note of this. In case what the way I'm explaining this is not in depth enough, I will drop the links in the description to the videos I used to understand this better and to be able to break it down into the way I've broken it down. This the videos I've used, I've really explained it in depth, and you understand it, you understand it in context, and so it's not like you're just cramming it, and so that's it's a good way to understand. So I'll drop the videos in the link, and if you want to check out more videos of the guys, you can always do that to better understand what you are doing. It's all about learning, really. It's all about acquiring and trying to understand what you are learning, because if you don't understand what you are learning, then it's going to be very difficult building on it. So it's very important that you understand what you are learning. Yeah, and if you have any questions, if you don't understand what I've said, and you have questions, please just drop it down in the comment section, and we can discuss about it. So moving on.